We're back. You just heard Andrea Bocelli and Heather Headley singing the prayer in a duet from Andrea Bocelli's CD called Live in Tuscany. And now I'd like to share with you upcoming entrepreneur and leader in this community. His name is Tony Mele. He's running for Congress. Tony, we have a lot in common. We're both from the Bronx. So I'm going to ask you an open-ended question and take it from here. What can you do to make this a better place as a congressman?
Thanks, Charles. I appreciate that. Sac passé.
Naboulé.
Merci, merci, très bon. Charles, we've been working in this area for a long time now. As you know, you and I worked together on veterans issues for quite some time.
Yes.
You know that we've called it a national disgrace if ever any of our veterans were denied medical attention for wounds sustained in defense of their country. So first and foremost, we need to adhere to and fulfill our national promise to take care of our veterans and those who bore the brunt of the battle, their widow and their orphan. So that is a primary responsibility of all Americans to do because they paid the price for our freedom. Now, in paying for that price for that freedom, we also have the freedom to vote. And vote we must. Now, as you know, I'm a candidate, a Republican candidate for the 17th Congressional District, formerly held by our good friend and esteemed role model, Congressman Ben Gilman. He was gerrymandered out of that seat, and because of that, we lost one of the most effective congressional leaders, I think, in the history of this district, as well as the United States of America.
I'll say amen to that.
I'll say amen to that. And when I grow up, I'd like to be just like him. And I would like to, with earning your vote, I can not match myself to him or compare myself to him, but I'll tell you what, I will do my best to try to emulate him and use him as my role model. Now, it's very, very important that everyone come out and vote on Tuesday the 14th, September 14th, and remember in November to come out in November. Now, I'm running in a Republican primary, and then the general in September, and in the general election in November. The current congressman, which I'm looking to displace and unseat, is Eliot Engel. He's been there for many years, and I believe that he's just been there a little bit too long. I don't think Eliot Engel knows anything about our district or the needs thereof. I don't think he's ever set foot in it. I don't think he's ever been to Spring Valley. I don't think he's ever been up to the Hill. I don't think he's ever visited our community. And I think that a congressman should be to represent the community, he has to know and engage the community. He cannot only just represent one segment of the community. And I endeavor to be a representative of all the people, of all the interests. I work for you. And that is something that I think that has been lost. And I hope to restore honor and prestige and the principles of the United States Constitution. Because it's the Constitution on which I am running. It is the Constitution on which the power of the Congress is based in. And I think I am the only candidate who has demonstrated that the United States Constitution, it's only 27 pages, including the Declaration of Independence. And in it, it gives us the rule book by which to play the game, by which to govern. And we live in a government that we are to be governed by the consent of the governed. And when our government leadership no longer seeks our consent to govern us, then they've lost all right to that seat. And I think this is the conditions that we find ourselves in now. If anyone out there can play this exercise with me just for one moment, think a second. If you can think of three things that the federal government is not involved in your personal life, think of three things. If you cannot do that, that means we have too much government. I believe that we have a government that's addicted to kleptomania, that's addicted to taking our money. We have a government that's addicted to overtaxing. We have a government that's addicted to overspending. And we definitely have a government that's addicted to overreaching into our lives. The purpose and the goal and the premise and principle of the United States Constitution was to give the people the power and the means by which to constrain and control government, to keep government out of our lives. That's what was the intent by the founders who signed this document and gave everything they had. When the founders of the Constitution signed the Declaration of Independence, they signed it with a prelude. And what it said was that we pledge our lives, our treasure, and our honor, our sacred honor, to this Declaration of Independence. And they did. They paid for it with their lives, with their honor, and with their treasure. Many died penniless and with their families wiped out to give us the power to vote, to give us our liberty, to give us our independence. All we have to do is vote. That's all we have to do. If Paul Revere had the internet, television, or a telephone, or BlackBerry, he would not have needed a horse. So now it's up to us to go out and vote. Exercise the power that these men paid their lives for, what our veterans have paid with blood for and their limbs for to do. And what I am out here doing, I cannot do any less. I pledge my name, my honor, my treasure, and my life to fulfill the goals set forth in the Constitution and what it is that I set out to do. Now, what is that? Why not we start with less government? Less government means less spending. So we don't need to spend money we don't have. The government wants to go out here and spend money, our money. Why is it that you have to go out and bake the bread and the government eats it? That's wrong. We want to talk about lower taxes. What is taxation? Taxation is the power given to the government to reach into your pocket and take your money. If you're a small business owner, that is the power of the government to open up your door, ring your cash register, put their hand in it, and take your money out that you're slaving over and working all day long. So I think that money is best left in the hands of the entrepreneur, left in the hands of the people who earn it. I believe that those who earn the money should be able to keep more of it. It is a proven fact that if you give an entrepreneur $1, he'll turn it into $7. And if you give the government